Has been a long-time Toastmaster of Blue Ox Toastmasters in Portland, Oregon. He's been a member of that club since 1974 and a member of Pikes Peak Toastmasters since 2020. The speech Leo will present today has incorporated comments and suggestions he received from his January presentation at Pikes Peak Toastmasters. Today, he will give the same speech with modifications, and this speech actually won the Blue Ox Club's speech contest last week. He would like to receive feedback to improve his speech presentation for the area contest on Saturday, Feb 19. Please help me welcome Leo Kurkoski with his speech, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Take it away, Leo.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, if we had guests, have you ever experienced something wonderful in your life? Wouldn't peace be something wonderful to experience? The words of a popular song start with these words: let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. What is peace? Peace is a freedom from disturbance, a state of tranquility. Do we have peace in the world now? Well, if you watch the TV news or listen to radio talk shows, or perhaps you read newspaper stories, they all seem to focus on a troubled world, a world with anger, civil unrest, assaults, murders, killings, demonstrations. Is world peace even possible? I think it is possible. Put yourself in the words of that song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. I have a couple of stories I hope might inspire you to be incandescent and that you can make a difference in bringing peace on earth. Remember the days when people, maybe even you, drove a car to work? You remember perhaps being stuck in traffic once or twice? And then you look out the window, you can maybe see the driver's frustrations. What's going on? They're unhappy. It can make going to work or going home from work seem like a big problem. And when you left the office, when you started going home 20 minutes ago, you thought, this is great. You had a smile on your face. An hour later, that smile is now turned into a frown. This is not peace. What can you do to bring peace into the world? I'm going to tell you two stories about my experiences with being able to bring peace into the world. One is a commuting story to work every day. The other one is a grocery shopping story. My first story begins more than 50 years ago. At the beginning of my 30 plus years as an electrical engineer at the Bonneville Power Administration, BPA, I had a 3.5 mile commute to work. That involved not only rush hour traffic, but I had to park my car and walk to the office building. Going home was even a bigger challenge. It seemed like traffic was even worse. And if traffic was light, though, I could leave my desk and be at home in 30 minutes. This is for a 3.5 mile drive. But I was not always lucky, and there were too many days when it took 45, maybe even 60 minutes to get home. I decided it was time to change my daily commute. I looked at alternatives and found a way to turn the commuting frown into a smile. Here's how I did it. BPA for a long time had promoted the idea of conserving energy at home as well as in the community by urging its employees, meaning myself, one of them, to choose energy efficient ways to get to work, such as carpooling, bicycles, using public transportation, which includes the bus and light rail, and walking. I decided to try all of those commuting alternatives, including cross-country skiing to work. Well, I only tried that one time. For those of you who know weather in the Northwest, the snow is rarely good for snowing or for skiing, but I did do cross-country skiing to work once. So I've tried many different ways. And what I found out was the best and easiest way, and what I found most pleasant, was riding a bicycle. And I did that for over 20 years, and that was my primary method for getting to work. The 3.5 mile trip to work was easy because it's mostly downhill and a little more challenging going home. but I was able to do it. And after I started riding the bicycle work, I found there were more benefits than just energy savings. I was saving money on fuel, parking costs, and car maintenance. And I was getting exercise, which is a great way to keep healthy. And along with eating nutritious meals, which my wife, my nutrition expert, selected for me, I was able to stay healthy. And one more big plus benefit, that was my daily commute was enjoyable. I rode through quiet residential areas, no cross traffic most of the way. The only sounds I usually heard along my trip were my bicycle tires on the black asphalt, the chirps of birds, the sounds of tree leaves, sometimes rustling in a gentle wind. When I was in traffic in the business area, riding a bicycle allowed me to look in with a friendly smile to the cars next to me, and I often got a smile back. That smile was worth its weight in gold. I felt I had brought some peace into the world. My second story is about making a peaceful world takes place in grocery stores. Going to the grocery store is not my favorite experience. If you are in Safeway, a lot of times shopping carts are blocking the aisles, and there are items that I wanted to find in this particular case for a short trip, and I couldn't find them. Finally, I got to the quick checkout line with my 3 items, and there was somebody with 20 items in front of me. Oh, how aggravating. Or how about another day at the store, I was with a half-filled cart, and I wanted to get home to watch the ball game on TV. But the checker who was checking stuff out with the person in front of me couldn't seem to use the scanner right, or there was some problem. They had to call the store manager over to fix the cash register. And then there's the idea, then how can you make peace in the world? These are just some annoyances that can occur, but be calm, be patient, let the fully loaded cart go in front of you, and realize that a slower checkout than you wanted with the 15 items in the fuel lane will not really take forever. And smile. It's only a few extra minutes, not a lifetime. By smiling, looking present, you can have taken that big leap to making this world a better place to live. The TV news, the radio talk shows, the newspaper stories may focus on troubled worlds, things in the world, but you can take that most important step in bringing peace to the world by reaching out to someone else with a kind gesture, a smile. Whether you are driving a car to work, riding a bicycle, or grocery shopping, you have the opportunity to bring peace to your world. A smile, letting someone cut in front of you in traffic or in the checkout line, and realizing that the time to wait a couple of extra minutes is not going to make a big difference. Start your World Peace Program now. Take that first step. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with you.